My name's Christian Hosoi, professional skateboarder, pastor, bondservant of Jesus Christ. You know, I really started getting popular, you know, and really looked at as somebody who was coming up in the ranks when I was about 12 years old, and I was entering amateur competitions riding for Powell Peralta skateboards and the Bones Brigade. And it was kind of quick for me because I was so young and I just started skateboarding, and really I learned really fast and started entering a bunch of contests, and the next year I was getting a picture in the magazine and then riding for one of the best companies in the world, and then winning my first huge competition skating against the top amateurs in the nation. And that was pretty much when I got my first picture in Skateboarder magazine, and then I got a lookout or a checkout in Action Now magazine, and that's when it all started to happen. People were really looking at me as somebody who's going to come up and be a contender. You know, the low points in my life would have to say would be just being hard on myself as a young kid, getting caught trying to please other people rather than, you know, staying true to who I was, a professional skateboarder, but I was trying to meet everybody else's expectations. That's a low point. Obviously, getting hooked on drugs at a young age, doing marijuana at 12 years old, doing cocaine at 15, then getting into, you know, crystal meth in my early 20s, and then landing in prison at 30 years old, you know, in 2000, January 2000. And I think that's pretty much the lowest point of my life. You know, my time in jail was, you know, at first it felt like the world had ended and my life was over and I didn't know what I was going to do. But so many people, when they're put into that position, you really don't know how strong you are until you're put into a position where you can't do anything about it. And then that's when I had to adapt to my environment. And I think that, you know, through that experience of being thrown into prison, them telling me I'm going to get 10 years, and, you know, me with all the why questions, I was just wondering, how am I going to make it? But my wife pointing me to Jesus, saying, we just have to trust in God and go get a Bible, Christian. And that's pretty much when I said, what? What does all this mean? And then I had to ask myself, why is this happening to me? And when I finally did that, I went and got a Bible, opened it up, and I discovered the very purpose of why I was created, what my purpose in life was for, and that I had a mission to accomplish. And it was through my prison experience that I discovered that. Today I'm a pastor at the Sanctuary Church here in Westminster, Huntington Beach, and I'm a father to 3 children. I'm a husband to my wife Jennifer, and I'm a professional skateboarder still at 40 years old. You know, God has really blessed me with an industry that has welcomed me back in and received me, and really opened up doors for opportunity for me with sponsorships, shoe sponsors, clothing sponsors. I mean, you name it, you know, I've got a signature, you know, on it, and I don't take it lightly today. I really am humbled by how, you know, the industry is supporting me, is there for me, and wants me to stay. It's not like they're saying, you know what, you're 40 and you're over the hill, it's time to get a new job, Christian. They're like, no, please come back and skate. And so for me, it's just a blessing that I'm able to, you know, do what I love to do. You know, I told myself when I was a kid, I said, you know, if I could skateboard for a living, I wouldn't have to work a day in my life. And here I am today, looking at you, telling you, you know, I haven't worked a day in my life, but I've skateboarded, and it's been my career, it's been my job, but it really feels like I haven't done it. anything as an occupation. I've only had fun, and I've had a passion for this thing called skateboarding, and it's paid me back over the top in full, and I can't tell you how grateful I am for it.